Hello, Riari Fushimitsu here, and welcome to Let's Play Ape Escape 2, Part 9. So this time around, we're finally going to go to what I think is the ice level, another ice level. There's more than one ice level in this game, Land of the Apes. Apparently the Land of the Apes is icy, so they're not so they'd be like Arctic monkeys or something. Do they even have monkeys like that in those Arctic regions or Antarctic regions? Because I may have said before, pretty much every Ape Escape game has at least one snow or ice level in the entire game, and well, looks like we're in yet this other big ice level filled with, you know, those penguin pin things you had to bowl down before. And there's those, they might be giants-like enemies as well too that came out of Jumping Flash 2, where they multiply as you kill them. So whenever you're riding on these icy platforms, these things look like icy gems, because a lot of gems, because gems do look like they could be made out of ice, or more like ice looks like it could be made out of gems. And so, actually, we're going to find soon that the dash that we have here is actually a pretty powerful weapon, actually. It's really good at running after enemies and running after monkeys, and when it hits them, it actually does more damage to them than the stun club, so it actually could, you know, like, stun them better than the stun club could. In a lot of ways, the dash shoot actually is better than the stun club in this game. You can just use a standard stun club. The only problem with the dash is that it may lead to you running off the edge of something, or running into that icy water below. It's just supposed to be so icy that it burns pretty much. And yet somehow, Hikari is able to live in this icy world with just wearing shorts and a t-shirt, of course. It's a cliche in these Ape Escape games now, though they could survive pretty much any temperature imaginable. Even Twisted Metal Pre did something like that, or Twisted Metal 2 and Pre did something like that, where you play as Axel in the icy levels of the game, and his body's completely exposed, and he's like in Antarctica, and he's in the North Pole in the third game too. It's like, how does he survive that? And then again, there's one thing he's not. It's being a normal human, if it isn't obvious. He's some kind of superhuman thing. Maybe that's why. I think Hikari's probably a superhuman thing. Heck, I think every Ape Escape protagonist is some kind of superhuman in a sense. Maybe if Hikari was a superhero, maybe that's why he's playing the hero in this game. Maybe the reason why he's being a hero in this game is because, well, he's all they have right now. For some reason, the guy from the first game is gone for some reason. So all we have is Hikaru now. Maybe he is more qualified than the FBI, or more qualified than those other hero agencies or things. They should have him to protecting the world from all sorts of things. When Thanos snaps his fingers, I bet Hikaru would survive something like that, and then he would have to go after Thanos. I bet he could do a better job at beating him than the Avengers. Heck, I bet if they had him fight against Thanos rather than the Avengers, I bet Thanos never would have made the whole world disappear into dust or something like that. And so this level has more than one pathway, as per most levels this game have more than one path. And you can see we got to ride. It's going to make us ride this thing that has rabbit ears on it. So we could go and we could, like, whoa. We're supposed to be able to hit that ramp thing and it'll send us across. But of course the ramp doesn't always work, because what do you expect for this game? Ramps don't a lot of things in this game don't always work. Well, okay, most of the time it do. Just that ramp feels kind of buggy or somewhat. It's really hard to control this thing too. The controls are a little bit very free. It's not tight at all. It's actually very free and loose almost. It's really easy to run off the edge of this. And I believe there's monkeys on this track we're racing on right now. We just have to wait for they're gonna pass by eventually. We could ram into them, or better yet, we could just turn around and run into them the other way. There's a level in Ape Escape 3 that's kind of like this too, only it's of racing cars, like a Formula 1 style racing car kind of thing. And so yeah, so we should crawl around. I'm crawling around too, so it's slower that way. So that way we could it's that way it's slower that way, so that we could get across safely. Because if you just run across it, you're more likely to slip off the edge of that thing. I think I did that earlier in this Let's Play. I know there's a monkey hiding here somewhere. There's always monkeys hiding everywhere. It's very rare in this game where they just put a huge section of something just to have nothing there. There's going to be something there. Why else did they put a huge section there, like a huge thing to climb up to? There, so we captured the hidden monkey there. Even though he was a green monkey, which was supposed to be some of the most hostile monkeys in the game, we actually caught him pretty easy, mostly because he was frozen and ice. So we used a monkey radar so you could track some monkeys there. See, look, there's some more monkeys heading this way, actually, on their skis. I don't know why, which is actually quite a miracle. They're able to walk across that log thing with their skis and not fall off. So there, look at that. We just got 2 free monkeys, which I call it free because they were pretty much left in a defenseless position where we could easily just run up to them and capture them easy. It's almost like the game wants us to capture the monkeys. At least some of them do, and yet some of them put up a big fight. It's like each monkey. Well, I mean, monkeys are supposed to have their own unique personalities in this game. Maybe their own personalities are telling them how they should be. Maybe some of them want to get caught. Maybe some of them don't want to get caught. Maybe some of them want to replace Spectre as being the main villain in this game. Who knows? I could definitely see there being a plot like that in a future Ape Escape game. That is, if Sony were to keep making Ape Escape games, which they don't anymore, or at least doesn't seem like they do much anymore. As I've mentioned so many times before, Sony kind of ditched this series or abandoned this series, which is kind of a shame actually, because it's a really good series with a lot of potential. I think it's way better than pretty much most other games made these days. If they still made a lot of new Ape Escape games like this these days, I would totally buy PS4 or PS5, whatever they would come out on. And yeah, I would buy both of those. I would buy any of those systems. And yeah, I would still like Sony these days. I'd probably forgive them for some of the stuff they've done to me in the past. But no, they don't do that. They don't cater to my interests anymore. So why should I cater to their interests of me buying stuff from them? I'm not gonna buy stuff from them. They see he seems to be like slowing down, and then we hit him like that, and then the stun club, and then there. So I think we captured all or most of the monkeys in this section of the level. Also now we just need to go over there, and again there's that buggy ramp thing. I think it keeps throwing us in the wrong direction, throwing us off. Those ramps aren't really that, I don't know. Well, you don't really have much of a choice really in this level. You kind of have to use the ramps if you want to get through to the other part of the level. Unless you want to do the easier thing and just exit the level and restart the level or something like that. It always remembers how many monkeys you capture. You never have to capture monkeys again. Once you capture them, assuming your game is saved, you pretty much never have to capture monkeys more than once in this game. The same ones, that is. So we're back to here again, where it's playing the more calm music, which sounds very reminiscent of Frost Walrus's theme from Mega Man X4. I remember I did a Let's Play of Mega Man X4 as Mega Man X some time ago, and I plan on doing some more Mega Man Let's Plays in the near future, because I've actually been kind of interested in Mega Man again lately. The reason for that being is that there was this guy that was in Beyond Unlimited well, he wasn't actually in Beyond Unlimited, he was actually part of CI Squared, but Beyond Unlimited people like to troll him a lot, and he's a big fan of Mega Man, well he must be, to a point where he made a rip-off of Mega Man, a shameless rip-off of Mega Man. And seeing how he ripped off Mega Man, seeing all the drama he's caused to people, actually got me interested in Mega Man again. So I'm trying to introduce my friends to Mega Man. I have live streams every Friday night in my server, my Discord server, and I've been last little bit and playing for all the Mega Man games, because I think the Mega Man games are really good, and I'm sure a lot of people are starting. I'm trying to get people that don't know anything about Mega Man into Mega Man, trying to revive interest in Mega Man pretty much. I know there was a Mega Man 11 like 4 years ago, which I never got that game because I don't have any modern systems that would run the game. I don't think it's worth buying a modern system just one game. But I've played all the classic Mega Man games, like Mega Man 1, 8. I think I could even play them on my Raspberry Pi as well, too. Even the Saturn version of Mega Man 8, which actually is the best version of Mega Man 8. So you expect to see some Let's Plays of Mega Man games on this channel in the near future. But of course, I would like to finish this Ape Escape 2 Let's Play first. So now we're going to the Lost World, and this is supposed to be a reference to Jurassic Park, because we're going to be coming across dinosaurs. And remember, this game doesn't have time travel in it. So that means most likely someone, who was probably Spectre or something like that, somehow found dinosaur DNA and managed to clone it. And now they made real dinosaurs again. Just like in Jurassic Park. Yep, this is yet another pop culture reference in this game. Because this game is full of pop culture references. It's always hungry to throw a reference to something in your face, right? What would this game be without all the references that it has? It would just be just like the first game. Then they would probably try something it did to make it more unique from the first game. And again, the first game actually has the least amount of pop culture references, and yeah, it's considered to be the highest rated one among most people. A lot of people seem to like it way more in Ape Escape 2, which I understand why people like it way more in Ape Escape 2. A lot of people also say Ape Escape 3 wasn't that good, which I disagree. Ape Escape 3 is actually like really good. It's like god tier awesome, pretty much like top tier. It probably is just as good as the first one, actually. Sometimes I think it might even be better than the first one, considering some of the stuff it does. And of course, there's some more, like, non-linear portions of the level. I chose this path right now, where we're going to be pretty much running across these logs, and we're going to be jumping on these tree roots. Yeah, that's right, tree roots pretty much make up platforms. There's that monkey breathing fire at us. At least I have an invincibility buffer now after getting hit, so I can run up to him and capture him. That's why invincibility buffers are really good. Apparently a lot of new games don't have invincibility buffers in them, but this game does. So when you get hit, you actually stay invincible for a few seconds, so that way you can't just get killed instantly by him throwing fire at you. That's something the Zelda games, people made the CDI Zelda games, didn't think of putting those in the game, which is why you get killed instantly by just one hit if it had a full health tank, which is really, like something that's considered to be cheap by a lot of people. Then again, no one really seriously cares for the CDI Zelda games, unless you want to make YouTube poop videos of them or something. And of course, they're still reusing the same enemies. You can see there's those pig things with the skulls on them, of course. And there's still those eggplant bee things as well, too. Like I said, they always use the same enemies throughout this game. I actually think this game has less variety of enemies than the first game did, come to think of it. I think the first game was more diverse in terms of enemies and things you have to fight against, if I remember correctly, but of course my memory doesn't always serve. There's those little pieces of toast that are coming out of the wall right now. They look like, I know it's supposed to be wood, but it looks more like toast to me. It could be like toast, like some sort of like toasting you get somewhere. Apparently people can make bread from wood, apparently, according to some people back in olden days. I don't know if that's true or not, maybe that's just some sort of myth. I don't know. I have the Sky Flyer on, or whatever it's called in this game. I only leave it on because it's like a force of habit thing. You're going to be falling off edges. It can actually help you from falling off the edge. If you accidentally fall off an edge, just activate the Sky Flyer and fly across and fly over the edge or fly back to you. It's actually a really good safety thing. That's why I leave it equipped all the time. I leave it assigned to my square button most of the time now. It definitely is like the best, or one of the best gadgets in the game. Oh, look at that, something that needs a water cannon again. A fire and a tree. I think that would make the whole tree catch on fire, but apparently not. For some reason, the tree must be coated with some sort of like ceramic, or some sort of like what a fireplace is made out of kind of thing, so it doesn't catch on fire. It must have been that smart to build the trees like that. How else would a tree have a fire and it had the whole tree catching on fire? Especially in the dry season, which I don't think is a dry season or not. Look at that, they have a whole bathroom inside this tree. People could really live inside this tree. I wonder how large this tree is. This must be a pretty large tree if people could actually live inside of it, as if it's like a real house or something like that. They should really do that. They should build literal tree houses in real life. I think that could work pretty good. I would like to have a tree house in real life. Actually would be economical. If the tree could still be alive, it could still help preserve the environment, so that it would be environmentally friendly. It would and it would probably reduce the cost of living to a lot of people in a lot of places, especially if they're putting them in cities. Actually would be a pretty economical idea. Right there. So now there's some more non-linear stuff. Where do we go this way or do we go that way? Either way, you're gonna find monkeys, of course, because monkeys exist at all angles. And oh look, there's a 1-up right there. Those jackets indicate 1-up, because for some reason Hikaru wears a small jacket over him. Well, the character in the first game wore t-shirts, and it varies in the third game, because in the third game we have 2 protagonists. We'll be seeing that when I get Dave Escape Free. So of course you kind of have to use a dash hoop here to catch these really fast running monkeys. And of course I said earlier, it actually does more damage than the stun club at stunning them. It actually is more ideal for using this to go after monkeys. If I had to give up one gadget, stun club or dash hoop, believe it or not, the stun club might be the one you'd actually want to give up. Especially because later in this game, the stun club becomes redundant, and well, you'll see that later. And it doesn't help that you have a T-Rex walking around that's just roaring around, of course. This is obviously some sort of plot from Spectre. Come on, who else would have the power to make all these dinosaurs appear like in Jurassic Park? We know Spectre is really advanced. He has a freaking lethargy laser. We're still not exactly sure what that lethargy laser he spoke of in the last part was. But we know it has to be something that could be used to, dominate the world. So I also expect to be interested. And Spectre is only interested in things that could be useful to him for dominating the world. This monkey is really fast. I mean, I know blue monkeys are supposed to be really fast, but still, he's actually really fast. Well, look at that. He just falls over, and even when he falls over, his recovery time is actually pretty fast. This monkey might very well be one of the fastest monkeys in the game. Monkeys get faster in this game. I don't know if they do or not. It makes sense. I mean, if you go to the monkey dictionary, the monkey directory, whatever it's called in this game, the thing that shows you where all the different monkeys are, you're gonna find that different monkeys have different power stats and things like that. Some are really fast, some are really slow, some are more powerful. I think it actually shows the specific stats. The only way you can really view that is if you either detect them with the monkey radar detector or go into the stats thing afterwards. But it doesn't matter what the stats are. You're gonna have to capture every monkey in this game anyways. There's no point really checking their stats. Because it doesn't matter. It's not like you have a choice. Oh, capture this one or this one. No, you have to capture every single monkey in this game in order to see the game's final true ending. To capture every single monkey. And look at that. It's another one of those things for RC cars. This game really is making us use the RC car a lot. And you can actually unlock different variants of the RC car in this game as well, too. Just kind of a drive down that pathway thing. I think there's a monkey across here. Yeah, there is. It's kind of hard to see. The camera angles in this game are not the worst. But at the same time, I mean, they're not always the best thing. Sometimes the camera does get stuck around walls. Sometimes it's hard to see what's in front of you. Sometimes the camera spazzes out. Sometimes, but this is still way better than Super Mario 64 in terms of camera angles. Because Mario 64 is still notorious for bad camera angles, and heck, sometimes I think Super Mario Sunshine might even be worse with bad camera angles than Mario 64. This is why I did the Skyflyer out, so it could prevent me from falling through through those platforms that keep popping in and out. Actually, it's a very useful tool, a useful gadget for that. So I believe there's a monkey hiding here near the satellite dish, the satellite thing. I don't know what that's supposed to be, if that's part of Spectre's plan or something like that. It probably is, maybe. Why else would there be a satellite dish out in the middle of nature? I imagine this is supposed to be nature or something like that. And it's playing very, intimidating sounding music for something that should be just something in nature. And look at that, there's these collapsing stair things again. We've seen these quite a lot in this game already. They like to see, it's not even enemies too. They seem to like to reuse stage pieces and pieces of the level and stuff like that in these games a lot too. I mean, just notice now, this game really is filled with recycled stuff. I mean, someone that complained about Bubsy 3D once complained that it constantly reuses stuff and throws stuff at you again. But really, even good games like this do that too, so you can't really hold Bubsy 3D as a sin against gaming for reusing stuff, because a lot of games do, even good games reuse that, as I said before, as I said earlier. Looks like next time we're gonna have to fight against Monkey Red. We'll be doing that in the next part. This is Ryari Fushimitsu, signing out.